The City of London is a tower of finance, a world leader in funding, foreign exchange, insurance and reinsurance, the complicated services which make the economy tick. It's Europe's leading financial centre, but after Brexit, no longer tied to the EU's rules.
A lot of other European countries and companies have relied on the expertise of the City of London for financial services.
And how quickly might Europe be able to build up the capacity to replace London?
You don't build the kind of infrastructure and ecosystem that we have in London overnight. It's going to take years. The European financial centres, these are still quite small. Frankfurt, Dublin, Paris, they are not really competing. The real rivals are New York, Hong Kong and Singapore. Really, most of the trade is moving away from Europe, and this is a lose-lose situation both for Europe and for the United Kingdom.
London is a one-stop shop, not just for financial services.
If you were purchasing a company in Europe and you need a bunch of lawyers and bankers, accountants and other advisors, you go to London and you get all other services. If you have to do that from the continent, you'll say, where do I get the guys who produce my contract? Oh, they're sitting in London.
And things are changing even before we know what will change. An estimated €1.3 trillion in assets have been moved to the EU, along with 7,500 people's jobs. The key issue is this. Before Brexit, the financial industry here played by European rules. In future, the UK can and wants to make its own rules, and the EU can't stop it from doing so. But it can stop its firms from using services that don't live up to European standards. And while the UK probably won't change its rules dramatically come January, who knows what might happen in future.
It's about control, legislation, and indeed for the European Union, just as much as for the United Kingdom, a question of sovereignty.
It's a political game with economic consequences.
Big businesses can get finance anywhere in the world. The smaller businesses, these are going to find it even more difficult to access liquidity. And if companies cannot access finance, they cannot invest. And if they cannot invest, then they will shrink and make people redundant.
So the stakes are high for everyone, not just the high flyers of finance. Ty Enright, Euronews, London.